Hey guys, what's up? Lightning here again with another Team Fortress 2 commentary. And today we are playing on Payload Upward using the Babyfaces Blaster, the Pretty Boy's Pocket Pistol, and because I couldn't think of a better melee, I'm just using the Strange Festive Holy Mackerel yet again. It's pretty much my default scout melee because there's no downsides and there's no like plus sides. It's a fish, okay? I gotta hit people with a fish. Anyway. This gameplay took a lot of effort, way more than I ever expected it to, because this set is actually really hard to use properly. But when it does work, it's amazing. So today I'm going to be talking about the Babyfaces Blaster Pretty Boy Pocket Pistol combo set, and why it was such a controversial set of items when it came out during last year's Pyromania update. Now before you can really understand what I mean by this, you need to understand what each of these weapons do. Now, the Babyfaces Blaster is just your typical scattergun. However, it is 40% more accurate than your average scattergun, and it also has a boost meter at the bottom of your screen. And the boost meter fills up by dealing damage to enemies. Once you have dealt 90 HP worth of damage to your enemies, you will be running at maximum boost speed, which is double the speed of your average scout. However, at the start of a round, or after you die, or if you jump even once with this weapon equipped, you lose all of your boost meter, and you run 35% slower than your average scout. Now that is a really big problem in and of itself, because Scout is known for his double jumping, he is known for his speed, he is the class that is supposed to get to the center of the map, to the battlefield, the fastest before everybody else. However, it also has a 30% damage penalty, so that is also a pretty big problem in and of itself, but the accuracy sort of makes up for it. Now, the Pretty Boy's Pocket Pistol, on the other hand, is actually a pretty great secondary, in my opinion. If you didn't know, the maximum amount of health that a scout can have without overheal is 150, coming from the Milkman set. Now, the Milkman set, you need a specific hat, you need a specific gun, you need a specific secondary, and a specific melee. However, you need all those specific items just to get the 150 HP bonus, and a lot of scouts don't use it. However, this little item, all you need is just to equip this in your secondary, and you have 140 health. Now, you also take 50% more damage from fire, meaning pyros are pretty much the bane of your existence whenever using this set. As you saw there in the beginning, I was getting wrecked by pyros pretty badly because I was wearing this. However, because you cannot use your double jump to save you from taking fall damage, as you normally would use it to do, the Pretty Boy's Pocket Pistol completely negates fall damage on the Scout, which means it is a great combo for the Babyfaces Blaster. Now, as you can see here, I am running at maximum amount of speed. I am running the double speed of a scout. I am running at the speed that got people banned from servers for what they thought they were using speed hacks when this weapon came out. This weapon was extremely controversial for this reason, because you couldn't jump, you were running so fast. People that didn't know about the update banned a lot of innocent people who were just trying this out because they were speed hacking, and it was a little weird. Now, this thing has some pluses, and it has a lot of minuses too, but let's focus on the pluses first. First, your speed. It's pretty insane. I went from the spawn all the way back to the first blue spawn in probably about 15 seconds flat. Also, your tracking. It is extremely hard to track a Babyfaces Blaster Scout. You are moving so fast that you gotta have really good accuracy in order to really nail a Babyfaces Blaster Scout running at the speed. You are the ultimate annoyance tactic. You are... See what I'm doing here? I'm aggravating them at their spawn so that they will be enticed to come after me. This medic should be on the battlefield healing his allies, but instead he is following me, and I'm keeping him away from the battlefield even longer, and they're staying away from the cart because they cannot push in. I also have this pyro on my tail, which means he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing either. So you're the ultimate annoyance tactic along with, I don't know, say the spy. But the problem that you were probably noticing there is that it is really hard to aim at this thing. And that's a big problem, considering this is your primary. It is actually really hard to aim with this thing, given the 40% plus accuracy bonus. just because you're moving so freaking fast. So, it has its ups and its downs. You're hard to track, but your enemies are also hard to track just because you're moving so freaking fast. To the point where you just need to almost sometimes stop, look at them dead on, shoot them, and then keep running again when they get close enough. And that's really not what you're supposed to do as a scout. As a scout, you are supposed to always be running. You shouldn't have to stop and pretty much look at your enemies dead on just to try and shoot them. So this set, it has its ups and its downs. I don't use it that often. In fact, this is probably one of my least used scatterguns. I've been using it a lot more lately because I've been trying to figure out if I really like this set or if I don't like this set. And I've been trying to get a video on it to talk about it because I did have a lot to say about this particular weapon. But because of this reason, because of the downsides, it was actually really hard to get a decent Pretty Boys Pocket Pistol and Babyfaces Blaster gameplay. And granted, I don't get a lot of kills in this, but I chose this gameplay because at least it demonstrated what the weapon is good for and what kind of downsides it has. Either way, I'm not a huge fan of the set. What do you guys think about the set? Like I said, I don't really like it that much. Also, one thing, I've noticed it's really decent on things like Upward, or maps like 5CP maps, because you're able to get from one side of the map to the other. This thing shines in maps where it's an open area, where it's open fields like this, like Upwards. Upwards is a decently huge map, all things considered. So it's really nice to just be able to go from one side of the map to the other in pretty much less than 30 seconds. It is actually quite fun to use in scenarios like this. However, more boxed-in maps, more things like King of the Hill, I would not recommend this thing. Also, if I didn't mention, the Pretty Boys Pocket Pistol actually has a 25% penalty on its firing speed, so you fire a little bit slower than you would with the normal pistol. Kind of forgot to mention that earlier, or if I did mention that earlier, I guess I'm just repeating the same thing I said earlier, so I apologize either way. Regardless, guys, it's a mixed bag. It is definitely the set that whenever I think of a set that has its ups and its downs, I definitely think of this set. And maybe now you can see why I'm a bit on the fence about this one. It has its ups, it has its downs. It was a bit controversial when it came out because everybody's like, well, the Scout is designed to run and jump. But this does offer a brand new playing style, and right here, I try to get this pyro, and here's what I was talking about earlier. The tracking is a bit off on this thing, and also if you're not expecting it, you can walk right off of cliffs if you're not paying attention because you're going so freaking fast. Either way, guys, that's really all I have to say on this weapon. It's good in its own right, but it's also terrible in its own right. Regardless, what do you guys think about this weapon? Let me know down in the comments. I figured I would do a video on this thing because I really wanted to talk about it because I've been using this scattergun a lot more recently. So yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments. I think I've said all that needs to be said on this weapon. Go out and try it for yourself if you haven't tried it ever before. Go out, trade for one, try to grab it, and let me know what you think about it. Either way, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I will have another TF2 commentary coming at you real soon. Bye-bye.